What's going on, guys? Seto Mirza here, finally back out of the lab with something new to showcase for you all. And yesterday I was starting to think about what we could do with Harpies in the TCG, given the new Fiendsmith cards allow for some crazy combos that just need two monsters generically. And I figured, let's see what we can mix in with Harpies here. So I wanted to show you all what I came up with. And without further ado, let's get into a combo. So this one's going to be a Harpie Channeler with a discard. It doesn't have to be Harpie Channeler, but I just wanted to have something where there are 3 monsters on board to start. You can also do a lot with just 1 Perfumer as well, so keep that in mind. So we're going to normal summon the Channeler, discard, summon out the Perfumer. Perfumer effect's going to grab the Egotist, Egotist fire off, and summon out the Harpie Lady 1. Then we're going to link the 2 off for the Moon of the Closed Heaven. And so obviously, generic link 2 goes into the Fiendsmith Requiem, and we'll bring out the Fiendsmith. So Requiem's going to equip, and we're going to go into the Necroquip Princess, that new TCG exclusive fusion where you just send off the Fiendsmith equipped with the Requiem. Then we'll use Fiendsmith Engrave to shuffle the Requiem back, summon out the Fiendsmith, and then overlay for Constellar Ptolemy M7. So M7's effect allows you to detach the Fiendsmith and then target the Fiendsmith, add it back to hand, and then discard it. So now we have the Fiendsmith tracked in hand. We'll go tracked effect, search the Lurie, discard Lurie, Lurie bring itself out, and then we go into the Sequentia. And so the reason why we went through the whole M7 discard play was to get the extra Light Fiend body in the graveyard, which is needed here, because now we're going to go Sequentia effect, shuffle back the Lurie and the Moon to bring out the Fiendsmith Lacrima. And then Lacrima effect is going to activate and summon out the Fiendsmith. So now we've got the 2 level 6 bodies on board, Sequentia and Harpie just chilling on the corner there. We're going to overlay for Beatrice, and Beatrice effect's going to detach and send the Angel of Blue Tears. So this whole Beatrice combo, Beatrice most likely going to get banned on the late August ban list, so I just wanted to get this out for you guys as soon as possible so we can mess around with this for the 2 to 3-ish weeks that we'll have to play before we lose Beatrice. But just keep that in mind, it's probably not going to last for too long. But yeah, we just link off the Beatrice and the Sequentia for a SP Little Knight, which will then trigger the Lacrima effect Engrave to burn for 1200, shuffling back the Sequentia, and then that'll trigger the Angel of Blue Tears since we dealt effect damage, and now we can set any normal trap from our deck, and we will set the Harpie's Featherstorm. So just with the Harpie Channeler and a discard, we get SP Little Knight, a searched set Featherstorm, and a live Harpie on board in order to activate it. So obviously on the opponent's turn, we'll just negate their monster, put them under the Featherstorm, and then we still have SP to be able to banish itself in one of their monsters, or maybe both of ours, depending on what the situation is. But just a clean little, 1.5 card combo here to get a searched Featherstorm with an SP Little Knight up. Alright, coming into the next combo, I wanted to see how much further we could go if we start mixing in, the good old Lyrilisc Tri-Brigade package that you guys know I enjoy very, very much in Harpie combos. So let's see where this can take us. So we're going to go Fraktall effect, discard, send the Cobalt Sparrow, and then the Turquoise Warbler, summon out the Sparrow, and search for Nerval. And then we're going to overlay into the Recital Starling to grab the Sapphire Swallow, summon both Nerval and itself out, and then link 2 into the Closed Heaven. So this is going to be the same as the last combo where we're just going into the Fiendsmith stuff, the Necroquip, bring back out into the M7, M7 detach Fiendsmith, add Fiendsmith, Fiendsmith discard, grab tracked for Lurie, and then we're going to go these 2 into Sequentia, and then Sequence effect is going to bring out the Lacrima, Lacrima effect is going to bring out the Fiendsmith, and now we go into the Beatrice, send the Angel of Blue Tears, and then we'll link everything up into Apo. And so now this is going to trigger the Lacrima burn and the Nerval. So we didn't use Nerval effect on field. That might be something that you can work into. It's just hard given your link options, because if you were to go into SP Little Knight with the Sequence and the Beatrice, then you would have no open arrows for your Tri-Brigade plays. So we end up linking Sequence, Nerval, and Beatrice all off for Appaloosa for 3. We trigger the Lacrima burn, and then Nerval effect to search Kit, and now Angel of Blue Tears is going to set us the Featherstorm. Now we normal summon Kit, we choose to banish 4 for Shurag, link 2 for the Farrajet, and then Kit is going to dump Fraktall, and then the Shurag is going to search us a Karas. So this can be any tri name that we haven't, because we haven't used any of the effects on field yet besides for Kit. So now I'm just searching Karas as an example here, and then we go Farajet effect, summon out the Karas, and then Karas effect, banish 3 for the Doom Eagle. And now we can link both the Farajet and the Karas off for SP Little Knight. And this gives us the end board of Appaloosa for 3, Doom Eagle, and SP Little Knight with a set Featherstorm. And the Featherstorm is live because the Doom Eagle is the Wind-Winged Beast that we need. And so we've got a Shuffle Back from Grave, which is really relevant in this format with all the Fiendsmith and Graveyard Reliance that's going on. We've got the Little Knight Banish and Recovery, and then we've got 3 Monster Negates with the Appaloosa backed up with the Harpie's Featherstorm. And all of that is off of, and then you also get the Farajet draw and put back, just showing you that. And all of that was off of 1 Fraktall, 1 Warbler, and obviously if you have, a discard for Karas, you can go even further. And this is a lot off of what we've been using as our standard combo play. Even without Simorgh in the TCG, thanks to these busted Fiendsmith cards, we can come up with some pretty formidable end boards. Getting into the deck list, I know you guys want to see something. This has not been tested, just a caveat. I put this together very quickly this morning, but I came up with a clean list with 40 cards and 10 hand traps. Something to just get started on, since I knew everybody would be asking, where's the list? Where's the list? So instead of going and testing and taking some more time to get this, I just wanted to get this video out to you guys as fast as possible. So here is the deck list that I came up with. So it's got 3 Perfumer, the Lady 1, and the Egotist, just for the Perfumer equals 2 monsters package that you can go, even if you don't open the extra body, because like in the first combo I was showing with Chandler, so you kind of need 3 bodies for that basic combo. With just Perfumer by itself, you can link into a 3 material Appaloosa. So if you just have Perfumer and a bunch of hand traps, just know normal summon Perfumer equals 3 material Appo, and that's pretty solid on its own. And we only have 1 Featherstorm since we're playing pretty low count of Harpies and Lyrilusks. Chose not to max out on this Featherstorm. We could side more copies if we want to. I kind of have some extra options here in the side deck, but just keep in mind this is something that you could play more of when you know you're going first. But I figured just play 1 because it's now extremely searchable. And then we've got the 3 Fiendsmith, the 1 Tract, and the 1 Lurie, just standard Fiendsmith package. And then we got the Lyrilusk package with the 3 Bird Call, the 3 Warbler, 1 Cobalt, and 1 Sapphire, along with the 1 DD Crow, since this is searchable off of the Shurag, and it's also searchable off the Recital Starling, depending on what you open. So I like having the DD Crow. It's good to just raw draw as well, because there's a lot of graveyard play going on in this current format. We have the 3 Fire Formation Tenki with the 3 Fraktall and only 2 Nerval. Originally this was at 3, but it was a 41 card build, so I wanted to just clean it up and put it down to 2. Raw opening Nerval is not that great in this build since we don't have Almirage. There's no room in the extra deck. Extra deck is very tight, so I just figured 2 Nerval is fine with the 1 kit, the 1 Karas, and then we're playing 9 hand traps. So I chose 3 Ash, 3 Droll, and 3 Imperm. You don't want to really play Nibiru or even Phantasme on the side for that reason, or even Kashtiras, something I was thinking about, because you really need to control no monsters in order to summon out the Warbler. So Nibiru kind of locks you out of your own plays. So I figured I'd go with the Droll and Lockbird, even though it isn't the most impactful hand trap. It's still pretty decent into the current format. So that was the one that I went with. And then of course Impermanent Ash, pretty self-explanatory. And then the last card is the Angel of Blue Tears. Card's kind of crazy, especially with the Beatrice access and the guaranteed burn off of Lacrima. It's like almost like it was made for this kind of combo to be able to search any kind of ignorant trap that we want going first. Definitely a crazy card. And then into the extra deck, it's very tight. So all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards are needed for the initial combo. You saw as they were all used, and then all of these cards are used as well as part of the combo video, except for the 2 utility slots are the Ancient Warrior's Oath Double Dragon Lords and the Access Code Talker. So I figured these 2 were the best generic kind of cards, generic being Access Code, very easily to get into it, going second with the Tri-Brigade stuff. And then the Double Dragon Lords, if you open just like a Tri-Brigade play and you want to go into something, I figured that was a decent generic disruption. And yeah, all of these cards were used pretty much in the combo video except for these two. And then for quick and dirty side deck, I just went with the 3 Cosmics and the Feather Duster for some back row removal for like Runic Stun, and the Cosmics are, good against Tempai as well when you're going first. Going second, we got the 3 Mulchummies with Dark Ruler and Evenly is like our kind of targets that we're trying to dig into. It's just like some really good board clear cards. You want to pair these two up if possible going second, because a lot of decks like Fiendsmith, Snake Eye, or Uvel can actually negate one of these if you only open one, but being able to have 2 is really, really strong. And then for the going first cards, I just put in some other options like Dimensional Barrier or Different Dimension Ground. So in case you only open like one Perfumer going first and you know that like your opponent's really weak to one of these 2 cards specifically, you don't need to go for the full Featherstorm setup. You can just use Beatrice, dump Angel Blue Tears, and search one of these and be able to get a clean win that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. I wanted to get it out for you guys as soon as possible. Just had these ideas, and I know that they won't be legal for long, so hopefully you guys can enjoy this, play it online. If you already have the Fiendsmith cards, maybe bring it to locals. I'm considering it, but obviously they're prohibitively expensive right now, and you also need the SP Little Knight, so not too feasible to just put together for like a locals deck, but just enjoy it for what we can do with it and for the time that we have it. Until next time, this has been Seto Mirza signing off. Peace.